I don't want that. And in that, knowing what you don't want, you are launching rockets of desires about what you do want, because every subject is two subjects. And the intensity with which you don't want something is the same intensity with which you do want what's on the other end of that stick. So you are launching lots of rockets of desires. And as you are launching those rockets of desires, this vibrational frequency, this vibrational pattern, this vibrational streaming, this vibrational carving out of what you want is gathered for you by the larger part of you, the inner being part of you, the source energy part of you, the part of you that was you before you even knew that you were you, the part of you that still is mostly you, the mostly biggest part of you, even though you now know that you are you. That inner being part of you that remains non-physical, when you launch those rockets of desire, your inner being focuses upon your request and vibrationally becomes it. And that matters. That's such a big statement. That's such a big concept to understand. That's such a big part of your creative experience, because when you sift through this life experience like you said you would, and you come to your conclusions about what you don't want and therefore what you do want, and your preference is lobbed vibrationally into the ethers of this universe, your inner being focuses unequivocally on that end of the stick. Your inner being holds no resistance on your behalf. Your inner being believes never, never, never that you can't do it or that you can't have it. Once you carve it out, once you isolate it, once you identify it, and once you launch the rocket of it, which you're doing all day, every day, your inner being becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for. And when that happens, then on your behalf, a huge vortex of attraction begins to happen on your behalf as cooperative components are gathered in the beginning phases of the creation of what you have asked for, and all of its subtle nuances that you keep carving out all day, every day. If you're frisky and happy and feeling really good, then your vibrational frequency is about that, and there's not much resistance in your experience, in your equation. And then it's likely that every day, many moments of the day, you will receive impulses, feelings to move and act, impulses to think about things. You'll be in on the juicy, deliberate, delicious unfolding of your own creation. You get to then be a witness to what you have set into motion, what your inner being has carried a good way, 99% of the way, in fact, what your inner being has carried a good way for you. And now your only work, step 1 happened, you asked. Step 2 happened, all of that we just described. Step 3 is you got to be in the receiving mode of that, not in the receiving mode of more of the absence of it. We so want you to understand that before there is a reality, the way you want to call it reality, there is a vibrational reality. And that vibrational reality is filled with all that you have become and are becoming. And you have the ability, if you understand what we're talking about here, to close that gap and have what you want. We wrote this book called Getting into the Vortex. And you listened to us for a while about it with an enormous amount of patience, we thought, because we're telling you, just get in the vortex, get in the vortex. That's where everything you want is. And then you began getting a little feisty with us, demanding things like, how do we get into the vortex? And we would say to you, everything you want is in there. Everything that you want. Your lover is there. Your lovers are there. All of the money that you want is there. That new car that you want is there. Everything that you want is there. Everything that you want, everything that you have become in terms of desire is there. We tell you that you are vibrational, and you hardly ever resist that idea anymore. We tell you that this universe is managed by the law of attraction. The law of attraction manages vibrations. You can't set your radio dial on 98 FM and hear what's being broadcast on 101 AM. In other words, the frequencies have to match up. And if they don't, the transmitter and the receiver aren't on the same frequency, then the receiver doesn't receive what the transmitter is transmitting. It's just simple laws of physics. And law of attraction is exactly the same way. You can't set your dial on Henri and have lovely things come into your experience. They are different vibrational frequencies. So then we began to talk to you about your emotions and what your emotions mean. And we talked about the different emotions that you might have, all the way from despair, all the way up to appreciation and love and joy. We began talking about the disc that you might be on, the spinning disc of emotion. If you're on the honorary disc, you're not going to rendezvous with people who are on the happy disc. It just doesn't happen. Law of attraction doesn't match you up that way. We began talking to you about your point of attraction, you in your human body. You stand right here and now. Where you stand right here and now, what is your point of attraction? What is the vibrational atmosphere that you have created? Are you ornery? Are you irritated? Are you afraid? Are you angry? Are you blameful? Are you guilty? If you're feeling those emotions on a pretty steady basis, that means you are holding yourself steadily in vibrational discord to who you really are and what you really want. And the thing that is so interesting about that is that if life hadn't caused you to expand, you wouldn't even feel the discord. In other words, it's not somebody else's idea of who you should be. It's not God's idea of who you should be. It's not your mother's idea, although sometimes it feels like it, of who you should be. It's your own internal discord. Life caused you to want to be this, but you're being this, and that's what negative emotion always means. What we are wanting you to understand is that in every moment, you have a vibrational relationship with who you really are. And if you hadn't become something that you're not now being, you would not feel the discord. That's the most important thing to know about your emotions. If you are not feeling good, it always means the same thing. You are not vibrationally up to speed with who you really are and what you really want. And there's no getting around it. Hear these words. There's no condition that you can wrestle to the ground in any way that is going to change that. Because it's not the condition that's got you all upset. It's the vibrational inconsistency. It's the vibrational variance. It's the resistance that you are introducing in this moment to a frequency that is dominant, you see. So we're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our powerful desire that in these hours that we are together, you come to recognize that you stand in what we want to call your point of attraction. It's this vibrational, emotional, mood, atmosphere. It's what's going on with you. And if we can convince you that through life that you have a magnificent vibrational reality that has the potential of fully manifesting all the dollars you want, all the relationships you want, all of the material objects that you want, all of the conditions and circumstances and events and lifestyle, all of the lovely things that you want, that life has shown you that you would feel better in the having of. All of those magnificent manifestations can flow easily into your realization when you contour your mood or atmosphere in a way that does not oppose it. In other words, you can't want something that you doubt. You can't believe that you can't have something that you want and have it.